Resourceful Designer, episode 249, 5 skills to help you succeed as a freelancer.
Welcome to the Resourceful Designer podcast, offering solutions to streamline your graphic and web design business so you can get back to designing. And now, your host. If his wife didn't intervene, he'd probably spend all his waking hours at his computer. Mark DeCote.
Oh, that's so true. Some days, she just has to pull me away when it's time to eat. Otherwise, I'd miss dinner altogether and just sit at my computer. And then sometimes when she falls asleep on the couch when we're watching TV, I'll quietly get up so as not to disturb her and walk into my office, get back on the computer. Now, not to work, mind you. I only work from 9 to 5 most of the time, but there's still a lot of stuff I want to catch up on, like articles and other things that I try not to do during my workday. Anyway, in this episode, I'm going to give you my take on an article that I read on Medium by Emma Moran, and I'm going to talk about 5 skills you need if you want your design business to succeed. I'm also going to share a tip for improving your communication skills. Now, what have I been up to? Well, I've been putting my slides and fixing them, moving things around, and this is for my presentation that I'll be doing in March for PodFest Global Summit. It's a podcasting conference where I'll be talking about 5 key elements that a podcast website needs if you want your show to succeed or to grow. So I've been fiddling around with those slides and doing some practicing of my presentation and changing things up. That's a lot of fun. I love doing these sort of things. I also did quite a bit of back-end work on both the Resourceful Designer and the podcast branding website, just try to speed up the thing and, go through some of the Google recommendations and just try to see what I can do to improve my websites. Of course, I also did some podcast artwork. I have podcast artwork to do every week. And I also started a website refresh for a client. This is an existing website. She just wants a new refreshed look to it. So she gave me a list of some of the things that she liked and pointed to some websites that she enjoys and just told me to work my magic. So I'm starting on that one. So that's just a little bit of the work that I've been doing this week. Now, we've been having a lot of fun in the Resourceful Designer community. Things are getting ready. We'll be opening up the community again to new members in March. As of March 1st, you will be able to join by visiting resourcefuldesigner.com/community. We've got some really fun things going on. We've started a weekly design challenge. This is member Andrew came up with this idea and everybody's been enjoying it so far, so we're going to keep it going. And these are just very simple design challenges, just something to keep our creative juices flowing. So the first week, Andrew challenged us to pick our favorite season and come up with a word that represents that season and then design something around that word. But his stipulation was we were only allowed to use 2 colors and we had to use a silhouette of something. So a lot of very interesting ideas with that. And then the second challenge for the next week was to design a book cover for a book you like, but you had to use geometric shapes. So a lot of people have really been enjoying this. So we're going to keep things going and do a challenge every week. Somebody's going to present a new challenge on Monday, and the deadline will be Thursday afternoons to submit your design. And these are not complicated. I think for both designs, I spent less than 15 minutes designing them. It's just something fun, something to do, just to see the different interpretations that different people, different designers come up with when you're given very simple instructions. So that's just one of the many things that we're doing now within the community. So as I said, it is opening up again for enrollment on March 1st. So after that date, you can visit resourcefuldesigner.com/community if you want to join. And now, this week's resource of the week. This week's resource is Grammarly. And if you're not familiar with Grammarly, it is probably one of the best investments that I have made for my business. Grammarly is a plugin, it's a tool, it's an application. It has a lot of different uses. It's an application to improve your writing. It examines your writing based on criteria you give it. So whether you want it to be a business style writing or more casual, fun writing, and it'll suggest changes in grammar, in punctuation, in all sorts of things in order to improve it, and it has helped me become a better writer. I use it when I write the show notes for Resourceful Designer. I use it on any article or anything I write online. Often when I'll write an email to a client, I'll put it into Grammarly first just to make sure that everything looks good. And I love how easy it is to use. And with the plugins for Chrome and Safari and the different browsers, you can do it in Microsoft Word to improve your writing, or check your grammar when you're posting in WordPress or on Facebook or anywhere. It makes it so easy. Now, I've been using Grammarly for a few years now to help improve my writing, and I've learned so much from it. I thought I was a good writer beforehand, but Grammarly has really helped me hone my writing skills to the point where things that I used to do all the time that I know were wrong, now by instinct or intuition, I just get them right. And sometimes it's kind of fun. I'll do something and I'll go, oh, I better fix that before Grammarly tells me that it's an error and I should be fixing it. And as I said, it's really helped me improve my writing skills. And if your writing skills are not 100% and you want some help with them, writing better emails, writing better articles, just plain writing wherever you're writing, even if it's a social media post, then I recommend you get Grammarly. Now, I do have an affiliate link with them. Just visit resourcefuldesigner.com/Grammarly. And now, 5 skills to help you succeed as a freelancer. It sounds so easy. You're good at designing, so why not start freelancing or start your own design business? Now, for the record, my definition of a freelancer is someone who does design work on the side while working another job, either in or possibly not in the design space. If you design things for clients on your own and it's your only source of income, meaning you don't have an employer elsewhere, you're not freelancing, in my opinion. You're running a design business. Now, I go into more detail on this on episode 17 of the podcast, which was titled Calling Yourself a Freelance Designer Could Hurt Your Design Business, where I share a story of somebody I know, a fellow designer that I know, that missed a huge opportunity because she was calling herself a freelancer. And the client thought that that meant she didn't take her job seriously enough. Anyways, regardless of whether you call yourself a freelancer or a design business owner, working for yourself requires a different skill set than simply being a good designer. You could have the most amazing portfolio of work. You could be a whiz in Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign, or maybe WordPress or Webflow or whatever tool you use. You could be the master of that application. It doesn't matter what skills you have as a designer. If you want your business to succeed, you have to run it like a business, not as a designer. And to do that, you need business skills. Now, there are countless business skills that will help you get ahead. And most of them you could learn along the way. However, there are 5 very important skills that you need to succeed that I think you should know from the start. And these are skills that are used by most successful designers, be it freelancer or design business owner. These people know the importance of these skills, and they know the success or the failure of their business depends on their ability to master them. And if you don't possess these 5 skills, you need to work on developing them ASAP if you want to ensure the success of your endeavor. So what are these all-important skills I'm talking about? They are communication, building relationships, thinking strategically, time management, and money management. So let's start off with the first one, communication. Without good communication skills, your business is doomed to failure. I talked about communication skills back in episode 19 of the podcast in an episode titled, Are Your Communication Skills Scaring Away Design Clients? Communication is one of the most important skills you can have as a business owner. Every client you talk to, every design proposal you write, every pitch or presentation you make will succeed or fail based on your communication skills. Not only are good communication skills required to articulate and understand ideas, but clear communication can also save you and the client time and money. The better you are at communicating, the more comfortable clients will be working with you. The better you are at communicating, the more professional you will appear to people. The better you are at communicating, the easier it will be to build and foster relationships with your clients. Plus, good communication skills can help you when dealing with different personalities or when dealing with difficult topics or situations. Many designers are introverts, myself included. But being an introvert doesn't mean you can't have good communication skills. You might have to work harder at it than an extrovert does, but that's easily accomplished. Improving your communication skills will help you stand out from other designers who lack this ability. And not only will you be seen by your clients as a good designer, but they'll view you as a strategic partner, as a problem solver, all because of your communication skills. Now, if your skills are not up to par, what do you do to improve communication skills? Well, you can use a tool such as Grammarly that I mentioned as the resource of the week to check your written communications, run your emails and your written proposals through it before submitting them to your clients. You can also read books. I suggest the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That is a wonderful book. It may have been written a long time ago, but the topics in it and the ideas, the principles still apply today and is still one of the top books that are recommended for business owners. So you can check that out. I'll include a link in the show notes for this episode to that book. You can try joining Toastmasters. There's probably a local Toastmasters in your area. Toastmasters is a great organization that helps people with communication skills, or you can hire a speech coach if you want. Another thing you could try is recording your conversations and then playing them back and listen for areas that you can improve on. Now, just a note, if you do record your conversations with your clients, you do need to get their permission to do so. I know I do that whenever I do a video chat with one of my clients. I let them know at the beginning or before we set it up that I will be recording the call. And I use that recording in case I have to refer back to something while I'm working on their project. But it also offers a great opportunity to listen back to how I handled the communication between us. So improving your communication skills will go a long way to ensuring your business's success. Now, skill number 2 is building relationships. Have you heard the saying, it's not what you know, but who you know? Well, relationships is one of the key elements to any business's success, and even more so for service-based businesses like yours. Now, I talked about building relationships with your graphic design clients back in episode 20 of the podcast. But I can tell you that the most successful designers out there who run their own business know the importance of building relationships. Not just with clients, but with everyone they meet, including fellow designers. Every person that you meet is an opportunity to start a relationship. And why is this important? Because every connection you make can lead to referrals, it can lead to new clients, it can lead to new projects, to new friendships, maybe even partnerships. Who knows what else? If you are a people person, building relationships may be fairly easy for you. But even if talking to people comes naturally to you, you have to learn how to do it with a purpose in order to foster those relationships. You need to stay professional while you build your rapport with the person you're talking to. Building relationships takes time, but I can tell you the payoff is enormous. My podcast branding business is only a couple of years old, but it's grown to what it is today because of the relationships that I've made in the podcasting space. People I've befriended, people I've gotten to know, and you never know when one of those many relationships that you've nurtured will lead to a new client or project. So keep building them. And even when a relationship isn't working out anymore, you should still try to nurture it as you're backing away. Now, I talked about ending client relationships in episode 21 of the podcast. What it comes down to is being cordial and considerate, even while turning down a client. See, you don't want to burn any bridges because If you think good word of mouth spreads, let me tell you the bad word of mouth spreads so much faster. So even when you're ending a relationship with a client, you have to do it well and in a way that won't garner any hard feelings. And that all comes back to skill number 1, communication skills. And that makes building relationships very important for any business to succeed. So how do you build relationships? Well, you do it slowly by making small connections with people. I like to say that the easiest thing to do is to remember small details about a person and bring those details up in conversation. People like to know that you have an interest in them. So ask about their kids, ask about their recent holiday, ask about personal stuff that they may have shared with you. Another thing you could do is keep in touch with your clients, even when you have no active projects with them. Maybe you haven't heard from them in a while. Reach out, say hi, keep in touch. That helps to foster the relationship. You can also attend networking events, local gatherings in your area in order to meet new people, build that network, create those relationships. And as I said earlier, try reading books such as How to Make Friends and Influence People. They really help you in this aspect of business. Now, it may sound scary to some people. Maybe you're not that comfortable talking with others, but being able to build relationships is a skill that every good business owner needs to master. Now, skill number 3 is thinking strategically. Being able to think strategically can transform an average freelancer into an extremely successful business owner. Now, thinking strategically is the ability to envision the future and plan accordingly. Thinking strategically will help you spot trends and know what to follow and what to avoid. It'll help you understand how your clients are different from their competition so that you can help them stand out. It'll help you contemplate ideas and directions that your client may not consider. And when you bring them up, it'll make you sound so much smarter because of it. Thinking strategically will help you with your business as well, not just the work you do for your clients. The skill of strategic thinking is what differentiates a designer who designs, say, logos from a designer who creates brands. Any sort of brand strategy requires strategic thinking. Thinking strategically will help you develop goals for yourself and your business by envisioning your future. Where do you want to be in 6 months, a year, 5 years from now? Strategic thinking is what's going to help make the decisions, make the adjustments, and tell you what you need to do and what you need not to do in order to reach your goals. So how do you think strategically? Well, you should regularly take time to envision your future and think about what path you want to take and if what you're doing now is on the right path to whatever goals you have. You also have to make time to work on your business strategy. Instead of waiting for the next new client to show up, you need to figure out how you're going to go out and get your next 10 clients. That's strategic thinking. Now, you can read books and listen to podcasts that talk about building a business. They'll help you with your strategic thinking. Oh, wait, you're already listening to Resourceful Designer. Looks like you're already off to a good start. Now, skill number 4 is time management. As a business owner, you have nobody to answer to but yourself. There's nobody breathing down your neck telling you to get back to work or making sure you're getting the job done. All of that falls on you. And if you want to succeed, you need to master the skill of time management. Your time management skills, or lack thereof, will make or break you and your business. When you're fortunate enough to have several clients with multiple projects on the go, all with varying deadlines, your success in dealing with all of it will depend on your skills at managing your time. And time management isn't just about managing client projects. You also have to worry about running your business as well as making sure that you have time for yourself. Otherwise, your stress level due to all the work will increase and burnout becomes a possibility. Now, time management comes down to 4 things. Self-motivation, which is the ability to get going and keep yourself going. Self-discipline, the ability to focus on the work at hand and avoid the many distractions associated with running a business, especially if you're running one from home. not to mention the distractions of just life in general. Self-management, the ability to govern yourself by setting your own timelines, breaking down tasks and delegating things when needed. And self-care, the ability to take breaks and time off, making sure you're eating well and staying hydrated. If your health falters, there's nobody to help you out, so take care of yourself. Now, how do you improve your time management skills? Well, the easiest thing to do is plan your day ahead of time with to-do lists. Do it the night before or the morning of. That way you have a plan to follow, and it'll help you with your time management. Now, in episode 232 of the podcast, I talked about writing the perfect to-do list. So listen to that and get some ideas for creating that time management timeline for your day. And learn to prioritize your tasks by order of importance, and then do the most important ones first. And finally, use a clock or a timer to help you keep track of time so that you don't lose moments that you could be doing things. When you master the skill of time management, your business will just run so much more smoothly. And then the fifth skill that you need is money management. Unlike employed designers who receive a weekly paycheck, freelancers and design business owners are at the whims of their clients when it comes to income. Now, mastering skills 1 through 4 that I just talked about should help you build up your business and your clientele to a point where you have projects always on the go. However, unless you've set up your business so you collect a salary, money management may not be top of mind for you. When it comes to money skills, many freelancers are of the mindset that money comes in and the money goes out. They don't give much thought to managing that flow of income. How you budget your business earnings affects every aspect of your business. Good money management skills will help you set the rates and the prices that you charge your clients so that you remain profitable. Money management skills will help you determine which projects to take on and which ones are not worth it. And money management skills will help you maintain your business by making sure the funds are there should there be maybe a dip in your workload and not much money is coming in, you'll be able to sustain yourself. Or should you have to make a purchase, such as maybe a new computer for some reason. A business can generate a lot of money, but if that money isn't managed well, the business can still fail. And you don't want your otherwise successful design business to fail because you lack the skills to manage your money. So how do you learn money management skills? Well, first of all, separate your business money from your personal money, including your bank accounts. Keeping the two of them separate will make it much easier to keep track of how much money your business is making and what is happening to that money. Know your overhead. You should know the cost of running your business, whether you're renting an office or just working from home. How much does it actually cost you to run your business? You need to know that if you want to know if you're making a profit or not. And then try to learn basic money management skills. You can do so through books, through podcasts, or maybe download a budgeting app on your phone. And finally, talk to your banker or financial advisor and ask for their advice. That's what they're there for. Good money management skills will ensure you are rewarded for all the hard work you do designing for clients, and it will help your business succeed. So those are the 5 skills that will help you succeed as a freelancer or a design business owner. As I said at the beginning, there are many, many more skills required to run a business. But these 5 are essential if you're in this for the long run, which I know you are. So take the time to assess your situation and figure out, are there any of these 5 skills that you need to work on? Now, I would love to know. Do you already practice these 5 skills? Let me know by leaving a comment for this episode at resourcefuldesigner.com/episode 249. Now, before I go, I want to remind you of the resource of the week, which is Grammarly, which you can get by visiting resourcefuldesigner.com/Grammarly. A great program. I've been using it for years that will really help you with skill number 1, communication, because it can help improve your writing style. Because nothing's worse than getting an email from somebody and finding it full of spelling or grammatical errors. It really removes that professional aspect to the dealing that you're having. So don't let that happen between you and your clients. Get Grammarly. And if you're looking for other help with your business or advice or just peers to discuss things with, consider joining the Resourceful Designer community. It'll be open again on March 1st, and you can join by visiting resourcefuldesigner.com/community. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got some benefit out of this episode. If you did, please share it with a fellow designer. Help grow the podcasts and let designers you know in on this little secret of ours. Until next time, I am Mark Decote, wishing you all the best with your graphic or web design business and reminding you to stay creative.
Thanks for listening to the Resourceful Designer Podcast at resourcefuldesigner.com.